It's all gonna be digital.
When is this supposed to happen?
Within my lifetime, for sure.
Well, what are you counting me out? What the fuck? I'm just old as dirt all of a sudden. Shit.
And recording.
What's up, Sucka? We're live once again in the studio, man. I'm back here today with my producer. We decided to take a little break from having a guest today, trying to be responsible due to all this new outbreak of COVID again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we won't monetize it then.
No.
The first 30 seconds, everybody's getting COVID. How y'all doing out there?
How y'all doing? No, I've just been watching the news, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying, and so it's been.
Why do you do that?
Why do I watch the news?
Yeah.
Because I like to be informed on what's going on.
But
at least.
are you being informed or
Yes,
are you being
misinformed. No, I'm just watching and seeing, like COVID spreading again. I go, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And then I go, all right, well, maybe I'll wait and see how it looks. I'm not washing my brain or nothing.
Fear. That's all I see.
I'm not getting. I just decided to give like a break. Like I don't want someone that's who like okay. For instance, let me just. I was gonna have someone on here. I just asked one guest, right, because I wasn't going to, and then this old friend of mine called me and was like, "Yeah, what's up?" So I was gonna put him on. He wanted to tell a bunch of crazy stories from back in the days. He's done time and this and that. But it's kind of a good thing he did. He flaked. He got all fucked up probably last night, and he quit answering his phone, and then he did answer and was like, no. So I was like, all right, bro, I can tell he's hungover. He wouldn't have been a good guest. So I said, that's cool. But he's out, I'm sure, running everywhere, so maybe it's a good thing to not have him, not that I'm all terrified. I feel, I got the Johnson vaccine, dude. I'm good. Like, there's not even a booster for the Johnson & Johnson.
No.
Because they didn't expect you to live when you got the Johnson & Johnson. So
it's a joke. It's all hearsay.
I'm here saying it because I got the Johnson & Johnson and there's been no booster for it because I didn't think they expected me to still be alive.
Didn't you get a booster though? Like one of the other ones?
No, there isn't one.
Well, like I'm saying, like a booster Moderna or booster.
No, they were all like, well, I don't know. We should mix them. Like, I don't know. I was going to.
But now.
Not even now. No one. I have been looking. Because I watched the news, and I was waiting for some news story. I watched multiple news agencies, news reports. I watched CNN. Mm-hmm. I'll listen to Fox sometimes, but and CNN sometimes, and whatever. I'm a little bit of a conspiracy theorist, right? Nah. I never knew that about you, Josh.
Yeah. So, cases, of course, are on the rise, and they, that's
allegedly.
No, not allegedly. They are.
Oh, okay, well, you were the
very same time that a lot of the banks are being closed all around the world. They're having bank runs. Like there was this one guy named Peter Schiff. He's a big gold bug. He's all about the world's gonna fall apart. I'll buy gold. I'll hold the gold.
Hoarding gold.
Yeah. Well, that's his whole thing. He even has like credit cards that are solid gold and shit. Right. The IMF. International Monetary Fund, which is the Federal Reserve, they shut down his bank in Puerto Rico.
Okay.
So this is a non-American entity. I might not have read this right, but I think this is what it is. Shutting down a bank because they're like, we think he's doing money laundering. In China, they're having protests.
And where is he from?
He's from America.
Okay, so he is an American.
He's American.
With money stashed in different parts of the world.
And he had one bank in Puerto Rico. He was an investment fund.
But Puerto Rico is part of the United States.
Exactly. And they shut it down.
Would they just shut down the bank or they shut down his account?
They everybody's account. So if you had money in his bank, you cannot
he owned the bank.
He owned the bank. So if you, is that yours?
I don't have an alarm.
Okay.
Allegedly. Some of my friends, I allegedly don't have an alarm.
I do keep a pit bull in the back, though. Yes. At all times.
And I spray down a rat with cyanide powder. The rat just runs around.
Yeah.
And it's got fentanyl. No, allegedly. It's got this rat and a cat.
You drive a Suburban, right? Is that what you drive?
It's a huge 1974 Suburban.
Pink Suburban.
Be looking.
So there's a bank in China, and in April they said, we're gonna do updates. So you're not going to be able to get a lot of your funds out, right? That was back in April. They still can't get their funds out.
Well, yeah, with my phone updates, I can't make a phone call.
Right.
So it makes sense.
So imagine whatever bank you have for 3 months telling you, hey, we're doing an update, and you can't, You're like, fuck this. I want to get my money out.
Yeah.
Same thing happened with these crypto banks. They're shutting them all down. They're getting people are trying to withdraw their money and they can't. So
what's a crypto bank? I don't know what that is.
it's an online bank. You hold.
So it's not an actual location.
It's not a location. No.
So how are they shutting it down? I thought they couldn't even.
They shut down the servers. So you can't. But no. With that, it's bank runs. So this one, it's people. There's bank runs happening all around the world right now.
What do you mean bank runs?
If we all try to go get our money all at once, they don't have all that money there. You know, so it's
I get that because because banks work on you put your money in the bank, and then like say I have $10,000 and I put it in the bank, and all these people say a million people have $10,000 in the bank, and that bank gets that money and loans it to people for business loans and other kind of type of loans. So if everyone decided they want their money back, of course you can't get it.
No.
Because it's in the process of being loans and being paid back by other loans and stuff like that by other people, right? Yes. So they go on the hope that not everyone is going to want their money back at once. But you have to agree to that or something?
No, you don't have to agree. That's just the way the banking system.
So no one, and really they just go on that everyone never asks for the money back at the same time.
It's a fiat Ponzi scheme. So I'm going to
fiat. They give fiat. I never got a fiat.
So fiat meaning there's nothing that backs up the currency. Okay. So I can just print at will. Okay. I just add zeros on a computer, right? That's all I got to do to get more money. And if I'm rich enough and I have enough assets, I can borrow at very low interest rates, just free money. You know what I mean?
So,
but for us, interest fucks us.
So like if I go to my bank right now and say, I want to put out everything I have. I said, I need that $328.
Oh, they let you have the $328. This is like your savings account. You have whatever.
$496. So if I want to drain the whole $818 out of my savings and my checking account.
So the way they did it in India, not too long ago, India changed their whole currency. And it was, you could withdraw like a 500, let's say, I don't know the number, but let's say.
What do they use the bot?
$500 at a time. So you'd go, you withdraw, then you got to get back in line.
Oh, rupees. They use rupees, right?
I don't know. No, rubles is.
Rupees.
Rupees?
Rubles is Russia.
Yeah.
Rupees is India.
It might be a new one. Yeah. Might be a new one.
You have all this computers
sitting
around. You don't want to look
I was going to show you the other one. India's.
Okay, so how did we end up running down this damn road about? Because this dude with the gold in Puerto Rico got his bank shut down. So
a new redesigned. I was trying to read it like it was the currency.
I know.
Fucking moron.
I know. Yeah. It's a rupee. Yeah, it is rupee.
Yeah. It's in addition to a new denomination banknote in circulation since 2016.
November 10th. That's the day before my birthday. They decided on Edward's birthday.
That's when we're doing it.
Money.
So this was the. Oh shit! Let me see.
Oh, because they put Mahatma Gandhi's pictures on the new money. That's why.
No.
Yes, that's all it was. They just put Gandhi's face on.
I was talking to what's his name about it?
Chandra?
No, not Chandra.
Oh, Tanvir?
I was talking to Tanvir about it, and he said that what was really messed up is they were going to the rural areas and buying all their whatever they had. If they were selling food or whatever, they'd buy all of it and give them that currency, right? But the currency was going to be worthless in a month. So what you had to do is you had to go to the bank and exchange that currency for the new currency.
Oh.
These people didn't know that. They don't have banks.
So they just went to Gaca in a month?
They
had toilet paper in a month?
Paper, yeah.
I'm just wondering. But anyway, okay, so this dude, though, that they shut down his bank.
Yeah.
Okay, how old is this dude? Is he like an old money dude? Because if he is, he doesn't just have money in one spot. If he's that rich, he does not just have money in one spot. So this is
where the whole thing got... Okay, so he's he hates Bitcoin, right? Okay. Fucking hates Bitcoin.
He's about the tangible
always
currency.
Talking. Yes, yeah. He says it's not real, whatever. So, but he can't go for it because his was it's the same thing that Bitcoiners are saying. It's a Ponzi scheme. Fiat doesn't work. But he says go gold, right?
Why do you keep using the word fiat? Fiats are nice cars. I think they're getting a bad rap. Why does fiat really mean like some kind of scam?
Fiat means that the currency isn't backed up by anything. So they call it a fiat currency.
A fiat, F-I-A-T.
Yes.
Or look at that fiat bitch over there. Is that that's I think what you're confusing it with, because fiats are nice.
Fiat currency. What is it? The term
fiat. The term fiat derives from the Latin word fiat, meaning "let it be done," used in a sense of order, decree, or resolution.
Fiat money is a type of currency that is not backed by any commodity such as gold or silver. It's typically declared by a decree from the government to be legal tender. So as soon as people stop believing in it, then it stops working.
Okay, so fiat's not a bad thing.
But all fiat currencies
No.
go to zero.
Fiat currency is a bad thing, but I'm saying the word fiat, like the cars, didn't come from some shitty term.
No.
Is what I was wondering. Like, why? Well, that's some Cadillac currency. Like, what if you had Cadillac currency? That's better than fiat currency.
So, so what were you saying before that? Okay.
No, this
so
dude.
where the ripoff is his son is buying Bitcoin like crazy. So he has a backup plan. He's like, I don't buy Bitcoin. I hate Bitcoin. But his son's buying all the fucking Bitcoin.
Okay, but when they shut down his bank, if this dude is about the tangible gold in hand, well, then they could shut down his computers, but he just goes and picks up his gold. Just like if his money's in bags and says, okay, you shut.
He doesn't have that amount of physical gold.
I thought he was hoarding gold.
No, it's like a small percentage. It's actual
Josh, I'm starting
gold.
to not believe these conspiracy theories you have aren't holding any water.
Okay, Peter.
No, I'm saying this dude. You said he was about hoarding gold.
Yeah,
and now he's not hoarding gold.
He doesn't. No. He keeps it in other vaults and stuff like that.
So he's hoarding gold, but in different places.
But he doesn't have it. He doesn't. It's not him, and it's a small percentage. Most of it is gold mining stocks.
So he's doing the same. He might as well have cryptocurrency.
Boom. Thank you. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I mean, it's it's like my money in the bank right now. I can't see it. I could look at my online account and go, wow, look at it's there.
Yeah.
You know, but it could not be there when I go to use my ATM card if I go to buy something. Or I could, dude, okay, I saw a Ponzi scheme on TV. This dude, check this out, a lawyer. This lawyer, and he was a badass lawyer, dude. So he was like Thomas J. Henry. Shout out to Thomas J. Henry sponsoring our podcast. What's it called? This dude was settling big $1 million settlements, you know?
Yeah.
Or, you know, maybe getting hundreds of thousands of dollars for his clients. And then he would convince them to leave it in a bank that would, in this investment that would just leave it here. I'll get it and I'll handle this for you.
Like
and
a Bernie Madoff type of thing.
But he was sending him checks.
Yeah.
So they didn't know. So he would get, like, say this one dude got $500,000. So he would go and tell him, okay, well, I'm going to give you, it's growing interest. You're making all this money off of it. That $500,000, you'll get a payment of $2,000 a month off of this money. So he would go to the bank and put $24,000 in the bank for multiple people and set up a payment that the $2,000 every month for this year goes out.
Right.
So $24,000 here, $36,000 here, another 24. It added up to a couple $100,000. But he just got like $2 million settlement here, 15, $1.5 million here and all that. So he had, and he was out just buying all kinds of shit. And these people, when it came down to the end of it, their settlements were gone.
Yeah.
And their money was gone. And they recovered some things from him. Like he had some crazy house and all this stuff, but they got the choriz. Yeah, they got the choriz, man. That's crazy, dude.
I mean, but that's the same thing that they do it. It's legal, like the derivatives market.
They gave him 20 years. They gave him 25 years.
But I'm saying if you're big enough, let's say if you're a big investment company, they create these products that are derivatives of an actual product. So it's like you buy a stock and then somebody buys a bet on that stock.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? It keeps going down, like the Big Short.
Yeah, the Big Short.
Yeah. So you have in the system like $600 trillion worth of made up shit, really representing $20 trillion of actual goods. So it's a
prayer. It's a big Hail Mary pass.
Yeah, exactly. So this is what's happening right now in China. Oh, let me go ahead and put the...
They're doing mine.
Police clashing with demonstrators on Sunday. Demonstrators who were angry that some rural banks have kept millions of dollars frozen since April. At the time, the banks said they were upgrading their internal
now, how
systems,
are they
but customers
ever going to ID any of these dudes?
The matter since then.
I don't know. They have cameras everywhere.
In China
and still, I'm looking at them right now.
On this, I'm joined by CNN's Stephen Jang in Beijing. Extraordinary scene.
Can you describe to me the guy that, well, let's see, officer.
Oh shit! Fuck.
Let me see. You want to make a sketch of him there? Okay. We had short hair.
So this type of shit has happened all over the world.
There he is. No, dude, really? So that's going on all over. But that's democratic China.
Oh yeah, definitely democratic China.
Because you don't see them doing that in communist China.
That's what they're freaking out about. It's just like, how are they doing? And so what happened was a bunch of dudes in white T-shirts ended up showing up and started beating the shit out of the protesters.
Why white T-shirts?
I don't know. They all had white T-shirts on, and they started beating the shit out of the protesters.
Should have said white hoods.
Oh, no. What's white hoods?
What's white hoods?
It wasn't white hoods.
Oh. But, dude, so, wow, that's crazy that, but look, we
money's broken.
So, do you not have faith in putting your money in the bank?
No. Hell no.
So, you don't put your money in the bank?
Yes.
Allegedly,
all in
it's
the bank.
not in this house somewhere?
Not at all.
Okay. In the studio? You don't have it somewhere in the studio?
No, it's not on premises.
Oh, it's indicar.
It's not on premises.
Indicar. No, well, I mean, I guess you shouldn't put it all in one.
For us,
in the bank.
If there was something like that, I think it would happen like the way it happened in Greece, where it's like you can only get X amount out a day.
What happened? How much could they get out?
I don't know how much the amount was, but there was a small amount so you can eat and pay bills and stuff but a small amount. So I think for us, it'll be fine. It's like you can only pull out $500 a day. It's like, well, fuck, I'm not gonna even come close to that. But if you are making 6-7 figures, that's a big fucking deal. And then what's crazy is what they're trying to come out with. It's called the CBDC, Central Bank Digital Currency. So how in California they're gonna start giving people like a grand so they can help pay groceries and shit like that.
The government is just
California government's gonna start giving.
Well,
checks.
that's because they're taxing the shit out of them, though.
Yeah,
too, over there, right?
So you'll get basically the universal basic income, right? Mm-hmm. So you'll get that on like a card or on your phone, and you spend it only on things that are approved, and
like a EBT card or whatever.
Yes, and if you don't spend it by the end of the year, it's done. You don't get to it. You can't save it.
It doesn't roll over.
It doesn't roll over. So, but that means that's more control. If not only, I mean, I can control what you purchase, where you go and shit like that, which is what China does.
Well, but that's on top of them. I mean, it's a double-edged sword. I mean, I guess you're saying you're already being followed and monitored with your phone, everything.
Yes.
Okay, but now if they're going to throw you $1,000 a month and they just ask you to do it this way, and it's going to help you because you're still getting your other income and doing that. You're not that's not all the money you're getting. You still have your job and whatever else you do.
Okay, so this is where it comes in. It gets crazier. It's like, okay, let's say I work for a big corporation.
So you work for UPS. Shout out to UPS, sponsor of our podcast.
And UPS,
thank you, UPS,
has a certain, political affiliation, or they vote a certain way.
They hate Trump.
You will not be able to, because they pay you, and it's code.
Vote
basically.
for Biden. You can't vote for Biden if you work for UPS.
You can vote for whoever you want, but you might not be able to give to a campaign. Or if you're fat. You know what?
Fat people can work at UPS people in the future. You hear that?
No. You're okay. So because you eat fast food all the time, or because you drink all the time, not you
fucking UPS fucking slobs.
Because you do that stuff, you're making our healthcare more expensive. Yeah. For specifically our business. So from now on, you cannot spend your money on
at
fast
McDonald's.
Food,
yeah.
On
shout
alcohol.
out to McDonald's, sponsor of our podcast.
Yeah. And there's not going to be this. Well, I'll just go get money out of the ATM. No, it's getting away from physical. It's all going to be digital.
When is this supposed to happen?
Within my lifetime, for sure.
Well, what are you counting me out? What the fuck am I? I'm just old as dirt all of a sudden. Shit. I watched Jurassic Park, motherfucker, last night. The new one. The people and dinosaurs are living together.
Yes.
When we went to the beach last month, I think we saw a pterodactyl, dude. I'm almost sure we saw a pterodactyl, dude, flying on the beach over there, dude.
Yeah.
But
somebody recently called it a pterodactyl, and they were like,
"No."
Yeah, I was like, "What?"
Like I told you that dummy.
I didn't know I had a P in front of it. I was like, "Why are you saying pterodactyl?"
A pterodactyl? That's a pterodactyl.
They're like, "I think that's what it's called." No, that's not what it's called at all. Yeah, but so Yeah, money systems falling apart. It's all going to shit.
Who was telling me? I went to a tattoo shop last week, and the owner was telling me that they went to First Friday. Oh, no, it was in Corpus. That they came down here to go to First Friday last week, and they said, man, did you know that they're making First Friday all cashless? I was like, what?
So the way they can sell it is, there's a lot of COVID going around, so no cash because that spreads the germs.
Yeah, but blame it on COVID.
Mm-hmm.
That it's making. Am I not supposed to say that? By saying that, is it fucking up something?
The algorithm, yeah.
So don't say the actual.
It was already fucked. Now it's like COVID, rape, cunt. It's done.
Oh well, I didn't need you to beat them down, but like there, if we were. Wow. Okay. COVID, rape, cunt, and before every sentence is how we're gonna. Shit.
We just won't monetize this one. It's all right. They'll still watch.
Well, I don't think we're gonna make any money off it. They're gonna take money from the. No, but I'm just saying, if they could blame that on anything now, for everything. But I guess like Austin's already kind of doing it. They just like to not take cash anymore.
Yeah, and then you'll go have like city tokens. So Austin will have a token, Miami will have a token. So, or like when you go to Disney, you know how you can get like.
I've never been to Disney. I'm not rich.
HEB has Buddy Bucks.
I don't go to HEB. I'm not rich.
I go to HEB.
I go to La Feria.
I go to Fiesta.
Fiesta. That's all I can afford. But they take cash at Fiesta.
Yes, they do.
Yes,
they
Fiesta.
have to.
They take drugs at Fiesta. You can pay with drugs.
So it's like
shout out to Fiesta, one of our great sponsors.
It's like you can do the same thing with that. You can have like tokens for the city. So if your city has a token, you you give your CBDC, your central digital bank, or your Bitcoin or whatever to them. They give you those tokens. With those tokens, you're able to save on certain things within the city. So if you're renting a place or whatever, whoever has a deal with the city.
Is someone doing this already?
Miami was trying to.
Okay, no, there's someone doing it. Not trying to. Is someone doing this already?
Let me see. You
like to say that Miami's trying to, so that
Miami.
We're trying not to send out any misinformation, people. But
I am full of misinformation.
Yes, my producer is a conspiracy theorist.
I sound very matter of fact. I don't know if any of this is true.
He thought it was a pterodactyl.
Yes,
that's how sure he is of anything.
Cryptocurrency, Miami coin. On February 2nd, the city of Miami.
That has nothing to say what we were even talking about.
Its cryptocurrency Miami coin for the first time, depositing $525 million into city coffers. Miami Mayor Francis Suarez.
Okay, that has nothing to do with what we were asking about. Them giving a city coin.
That's Miami coin.
That has nothing to. That's cryptocurrency.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
No, we're not.
What do you think CBDC is? Central. CBDC.
Well, you said that they were going to get a city coin.
Yeah, that's like the city coin, Miami coin.
I don't know what you're talking about then, dude.
It's all crypto. Okay, so it's all the.
Look, and then it backed it, and then its price dropped 95%.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean? That it's worth caca all of a sudden?
Yeah, because everything.
Everyone should buy it.
What? Okay, what? Let me put this.
You know, it's funny. I hear people say all the time, "Man, if I had just got on there and bought blah blah blah." 6 months ago, I'd be a millionaire right now. Really?
Yeah. Well,
really? I don't know anyone that bought anything and then 6 months later was just a millionaire on their crypto because they don't sell it. People don't sell it. They go look at it.
Well, they do. If you would have bought
to who?
Shibu Inu. Oh, you sell it on there. This thing called Shibu Inu.
Yeah, that's
if you would put this guy put $8,000 into it a year ago, it became 2.
That's the one. That's the one they mentioned.
Yeah.
That one right there was about like 6 months ago. But no.
But you don't know though. Nobody knows.
Yeah. Well, that's they said if exactly if. But if I've got $8,000 to just like I could go put 8,000 in some kind of crypto.
Right.
And I'd be mad at the motherfucker sitting there because not and these people act like
my portfolio is down 70%.
Yeah, but these people act like they're like have all this money just I do whatever. But when you get them to try to spend it. They're like, fuck, they're broke ass bitches. Yeah. So it's for all these people to act like, well, I could do that. Like, I got the money. I should have done that. Like, no, but you're not the risk. That money that you had was all you had. Yeah. That's your whole life.
You don't do that.
Yeah, you're not going to. But a lot of people that act like, they have all this money floating around them.
If you don't have conviction to hold it for 10 years, you shouldn't hold it at all.
If you don't have a conviction on your record, you shouldn't fucking hold it. But.
This is what it says. Like Miami coin could become an important vehicle for donation for the city, especially if the city uses its coin for attractive public works. People who want to support Miami could make in their medium of choice for supporting projects in the area.
I get it. Okay, I get what they're trying to do. It focuses everything. The money stays in Miami.
Correct. You can't spend that Miami coin anywhere else. Just like
else.
Disney bucks or whatever else you buy, you can only spend it there.
I heard HEB is taking Disney. No, but okay, I see what they're trying to just keep the money in the city.
Correct.
And I guess was Miami hurting? Dude, Miami's got a lot of money already.
Yes. Yeah, but I mean, okay, so if they're just holding money, they're losing.
Yeah.
Their purchasing power is going down. So just by holding dollars, they're losing purchasing power. So they're looking for ways to cultivate yield.
Could me or you buy Miami bucks living in Texas, or do we have to have a Texas license? Or we could probably buy them, but when it comes time to use them, we have to use it in Miami.
I'm assuming you have to use it in Miami.
Yeah, because they would I think they would encourage outside investors to come, like Texas millionaires and billionaires, to go buy it and go over there and help relocate. But I don't know much about Miami. I've been there once, and I know it's the pork and beans is crazy, but that's about it, dude. Miami was wild, dude. Have you ever been to Miami?
I went to Tempe, so no.
Dude, that's crazy how I could ask you one question, you just answer something that has nothing to do with it. Have you been to Miami? Well, I went to Tempe, Arizona. No, just no. I know. Just
what am I thinking? Not Tempe. What's the other one? Tampa.
Tampa, Florida.
I was in Tampa. There we go. Not Tempe.
Woo! It's getting rough around this camp, dude.
Yeah.
That's so you said you're down 70% with your crypto?
Oh yeah. Well, not just crypto. I mean, I invested in crypto mining stocks. So I don't just want the crypto. I want the machines that are making them.
Oh, he's trying to listen to some Rage Against the Machine shit, dude.
And so there's one in Austin that I
Bulls on Parade.
Core Scientific.
Shout out to Rage, sponsor of my podcast.
None of these is financial advice, but they're mining more Bitcoin than anybody else, and they're carbon neutral. So I think they're gonna end up being the number one Bitcoin mining company. Core Scientific. I think they're gonna be the number one Bitcoin mining company in the world. So I. But
isn't there just there's a finite amount?
Correct.
So they're just doing it faster now.
They have more ASICs miners. These computers that take a lot of energy, and they post every day how many Bitcoin they mined, and there's somewhere between 30 and 40 Bitcoin every day they're mining.
But when are they going to run out
of Bitcoin?
When are they going to stop?
2140.
And 2140 is when
when the last Bitcoin is mined.
Really?
Yes.
So we still got time.
Oh yeah. We're very early. We're very
18 years still, but 18 years is gonna fly.
This is the industrial complex, the internet.
Just think in 18 years you'll have like 30 years in comedy.
Oh, this is bigger than that. This is okay. The last time we had this big of a revolution was when gold was introduced 5,000 years ago. That's how big of a revolution it's gonna be. Everybody's gonna have it on their phone.
Bitcoin?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're just going to spend it like regular currency like that?
No.
Then what are you going to do with it?
You use a Lightning network. It's a second layer protocol.
See, okay, look, people. What we're talking about is Star Wars. This is basically Star Wars.
You want to talk about Star? I got one perfect for that. Thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah, here we go. Everyone strap yourselves in, put on your helmets, because Josh is going to take you on a long ride, man.
And when you do go on those long rides, you want to be comfortable.
And it looked like a lizard.
So when you want to be comfortable, what do you wear?
Sheath underwear.
That's right. Sheath underwear. They have the new bamboo 4.0? Is the new 4.0?
The 4.0 bamboo. Boom. Gives you a bamboozled.
These are antimicrobial underwear, 95% bamboo. Very comfortable. Just order myself a pair and my father. Yeah. We're going to take pictures and see who has the better dong. Yeah. Anyway, so 95% bamboo. Use code comedy frequency to get 20% off.
And that's what's up, Sucka.
How you like those underwear?
Yes. Highlight those underwears are dope, dude. Actually, they are very cool and comfortable, especially in this 108 degree
Fuck, heat. I know, right?
And I wear the men's ones. I don't wear those the other ones yet. I haven't.
You don't wear these? You haven't tried these?
No, I haven't tried any of those yet.
I like the ones with no dick holes. Those feel very comfortable.
Yeah, well, that's those. But no, they are pretty damn comfortable. The shirt. I really like the shirt too.
Use code Comedy Frequency, 20% off.
Also, bam. Go ahead.
Brother Earl's Beef Jerky, the best beef jerky in the world.com. This is keto friendly, USDA choice prime beef, no sugar. And what code do we use again?
What's up, Sucka podcast to get 10% off of each purchase. Go to what's the website?
The best beef jerky in the world.
Beef jerky in the world.
No nitrates.
Let me just tell you this. I talked to Joey, the owner, the other day. He just invested a lot of money in a new slicing machine. Mm-hmm. He's going on a new thinner cut.
Ooh.
Yes, it's gonna like melt in your mouth. It's gonna be really good. Well, I'll have some. That's why I don't have any right now, because he's in the process of making it right now, and he's sending me a new batch.
Okay.
But yes, that is gonna be. I'm kind of excited for that one, because that stuff, I get rid of that stuff like crazy.
Dope.
And shout out to who's the guy out of California that's ordering on the reg, man.
Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you, man. Glad you like the beef jerky, man. They mentioned that you've been ordering and reordering, so I'm glad you really like it, man. Get it out there, man. Appreciate you.
Hell yeah. And we also have, again, code What's Up Sucker, 10% off, help support the podcast.
Also, brought to you by Perez Pepper Sauce. Yes, that is Chris Perez from Selena, the Salinas movie fame. That's my bro there. He has come out with his award-winning Perez Pepper Sauce. Well, I don't know if it won an award, but he won an award at least. But yeah, man, I ate some actually yesterday. We
put it on the beef jerky.
No, I went and bought I went to Saritas. Shout out to Saritas over in Fredericksburg. And I bought my girl a tortilla soup, and I got me the beef fajitas with enchiladas, and I didn't even use their hot sauce. I used the Perez pepper sauce, the green one. I used the green one. That stuff is dope. I put it on everything. But yeah, go to put in promo code What's Up Sucker Podcast at the website and get 10% off. Order that stuff up. He's also got the new holster, and he's coming out with a new barbecue sauce he's got in the works.
Oh, dope.
Yes. Check out my boy Chris Perez. Also check him out, and a show coming up. He's going to be doing a lot of tour dates too.
All right. So this is, okay. Have you ever, remember that one time we did a podcast and I was telling you about Dr. Michiokaku? I'm saying his name wrong.
Yeah.
The theoretical physicist, and how there's different levels of civilizations.
Yeah.
So we can talk during this whole thing, and I'll pause it, but it's a little long, but it explains everything that I'm too stupid to try to explain.
Just like birth.
Yeah, and forget this whole fucking eye on here. The eye of truth, whatever bullshit. It just explains the different type of alien civilizations and where we're at.
Okay, so yeah, well, we're not gonna watch
The
this.
Eye of
Right
Truth.
Oh, you want? Huh?
We're not gonna just watch this thing, are we?
I was gonna go through it. I was gonna.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Yeah,
So you're gonna break
you're talking
it down?
you're talking about Star Wars and aliens.
Okay, here we go. That's where we're going with this.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you watch Ancient Aliens? Is that what this is? This is what this is?
No. This is actually based on real science. And,
Well,
no, I don't
Ancient
know.
Aliens is the same thing.
Yeah, but the way they spin it,
Oh, really? It's far fetched.
a lot of it. But what if
They go
the chariot? It's all about yeah.
what ifs. Okay.
The chariots of the gods.
Okay. So what is
I've
this?
calculated that there may be as many as 40 billion planets that could sustain life in the Milky Way, our home galaxy. There are also
So this is a
countless galaxies
scale
like the Milky Way within the
of
universe.
The different
Considering
types
these massive, nearly
civilization.
Can everyone hear
numbers,
this? What he say?
It seems impossible that there
Yeah,
would
but I'm
be
gonna cut
other
it back and
intelligent
forth.
life in the universe.
That's
What's
what they
more,
found out there.
Our civilization may not have been the first intelligent civilization in the universe.
Intelligence. I didn't even know they found intelligence on Earth
Questions
yet.
continue to shift more from do aliens exist to how can we find aliens?
Yeah, aliens exist. I watch the
Out of
news every day. They're
countless
crossing the
possible
border
alien
right there.
civilizations, some could have existed for hundreds of millions or even billions of years. It would be difficult for us to imagine their level of science and technology.
So this is the guy.
An
Watch.
astronomer named Nikolai Kardashev had thought the same
They
thing.
killed him.
He posited that there could be alien civilizations that were billions or even tens of billions of years old. And with that in mind, began classifying civilizations by level of technological advancement. Kardashev decided that, regardless of the type of alien, what it looks like or what it eats, a civilization would require energy above all else to develop. Energy is, of course, required to maintain life, but developments in science and technology also require enormous amounts of energy. A civilization that produces more energy could be classified as a more advanced type of civilization.
So it's about
energy.
Yeah, about how you produce. That's what I think.
Bitcoin?
No. The hydro. What is it called?
Hydroelectric?
No, the hydro. Man, it sucks when you're dumb and you watch a lot of smart things and then you don't know how to talk about it.
Can't regurgitate it right?
Yeah, you can't regurgitate it right. Hydro collider. Hydro.
Oh, chlorothiazide.
Hydro collider.
Hydrochlorothiazide.
CERN. There we go. What? It's called CERN. So they're trying to harness the power of the sun, basically, and it produces
solar power.
No. That's taking energy from the sun. This is CERN. Is they take I don't know science. Basically, two atoms or molecules, and they smash them into each other to create the power of the sun.
Yeah, the Big Bang Theory.
Yeah. There's some people that think it did work and that we all died and this is a simulation. Anyway, so that's what they're trying to create. It's to become a level 1 civilization, meaning that we're able to
harness power from the sun.
Not harness power from our sun, but harness the power of a sun.
Oh.
And so you're able to, there's free electricity for everybody, basically.
Well, they should do that.
Yeah, they're trying to do that. But that will push us to a level 1 civilization.
Because if they could do that and just harness it from this sun, then they can figure out how to harness it from other suns.
So that's what they go into. They start talking about how a level 2, or I forgot, level 3 civilization would go around harvesting powers from suns. We're trying to do a synthetic version of it.
So a level 1 civilization is more advanced or less advanced than a level 3?
Less advanced. So we're apparently at 2018, with the amount of energy that we can create, we're at 0.72 of a civilization. So we're not even 1. And so they're hoping that in the next, before the end of the century, that we become a level 1
70 years almost.
Their goal was 2150, I think.
78 years, I mean.
Well, within the 100 years, because they think if we don't become a level 1 civilization, that we're going to regress back into the Stone Age. Yeah.
Do you think, like, all this time that we've been here, advancing the technology, I mean, we've come a long way in just the last 150 years. Mm-hmm. 150 years, like, we went from no phones.
Shit, think about since the 80s.
Okay, yeah, I mean, but be real. Like, we didn't even have cars 150 years ago, right? Mm-hmm. There was no cars 150 years ago. There was light bulbs were just being invented. Electricity was just being figured out how to be harnessed and used. Televisions,
which was the devil at the time.
Radios and televisions and all kinds of those Morse codes had been invented, and we're just getting more advanced, and that's what we were moving into. To where we are now, we're not going back to the fucking Stone Age. We're gonna either stay how we are and maybe regress to the 2000s. We're not going back to the fucking Stone Age with what we know now.
Well, it wouldn't go back to the Stone Age like overnight, but
it's not.
It'd be within. You either progress or regress. So it's either you're going to advance or you are going to go back to the Stone Age because of it's going to go back to tribalism, more war, where you're looking and everybody just keeps bombing each other.
No, we're not. That's not the Stone Age, though. That's war-torn aftermath. But I'm just saying, like, we know, because it won't stay like that. We already know there's someone, and people are fucking already smart. People are dumbasses, but there's always some smart person that figures something out. Yeah. Even in prison.
So what do you think those? Okay.
So we won't regress that far. Like, if we can go back, but we're gonna fall off this cliff, but we're only gonna go back to be like,
let's say there's
coming back.
A great flood or a meteor or whatever, a nuclear war, whatever it is,
a big meteor, like the Armageddon.
What does Elon Musk do?
He flies off.
Either flies off,
yeah, or digs a hole.
Or digs a hole. Correct. So let's say 1,000 years go by because they have enough energy and equipment to survive down there for 1,000 years. They come back up to the surface of the Earth. There's people still alive. What are those people like compared to the people who are in the bunker for 1,000 years?
These people up here figured something else out. They figured out because they already knew that there was this, that, and that, and there's stuff, remnants of other stuff that existed, and things that around that teach you that like, oh, we don't.
But who?
We go to we wander around and we use a rock to build this up, but hold on. There's an abandoned Home Depot up the street, and they've got everything. And then you figure out how, we didn't have to go through the whole evolution process to how to build the the Paleolithic area where they started.
No. Okay, so it's like, okay, you've seen the Book of Eli, right?
No. The one with Denzel?
Denzel. And
I've never watched it.
Okay, so
that's like a post-apocalyptic thing, right?
So when I say not necessarily you're going to go back, there'll still be old school electronics, but we don't know how to make the internet. So what you're saying
is you were exaggerating when you said we're going back to the...
No, I'm talking about no electricity.
It's going to go back to primitive times.
Primitive time. No electricity, no running water. If you find batteries that you can do, you know what I mean?
But primitive is all relative to where you're living now, you know? So like if right now we say, boom, all the electricity just shut off. And you're like, man, it's like primitive. We have no electricity, but we're still in a house. We still have cars.
Let's say that happens. We survive. Our family survives. Our ancestors, from what I know, I teach my kids. They teach their kids. They keep teaching, right? 1,000 years from now, is our lineage smarter than the lineage of Elon Musk that was under here, still advancing for 1,000 years?
Maybe.
This is like a Stone Age compared to like, these are like aliens coming to visit us.
Will you think? You think, but how do you know that someone doesn't just develop this whole different, better way up here? Or what if people go to digging trenches and harvesting fields and living this fucking
That's what I'm saying. It'd go back to a simpler time.
A simpler time, yes.
There you go. It'd go back to a simpler time.
But do you still have the
technology?
The wherewithal and the technology to build a nice insulated house?
Yes, but you don't have the... Okay, here's an example. How are the Egyptian pyramids made?
Yes.
We don't know that technology.
Yes.
So that's a lost civilization, not the Egyptians, but people say that it was before that. That it's way older than that.
That's some alien shit there. The 100-ton bricks that they moved.
I think it's us. We were just more advanced, but we forgot that technology.
So you think they had like... They figured out how to harness energy from the sun, say, and they had these plates that would lift up the rocks, and they could just press a button and it would slide them over there and put them down. And then at some point something happened. That technology got crushed, and no one has figured out how to redevelop it again.
Well, if you have, for example, a whole class, the same thing, a meteor, flood, whatever, that Elon Musk of that time, what would they have done? Maybe gone underground or left.
But Elon Musk of that time would have got his ass kicked because in like outside manly stuff, he'll get his ass kicked.
Oh, that's why he doesn't survive on the surface.
Yes.
That's who survives on the surface. So if that's who survives on the surface, 1,000 years from now, they're going to be more primitive.
They're going to be these, you know what they're going to look like? Grub worms. They're going to be these underground grub worms looking people that have these super brains and these pudgy grub wormy bodies. And
they're definitely pale.
And they're going to get, definitely pale, no hair. They don't need any of that shit. And then they're going to get killed off by the fucking tough people that work with their hands.
So easy way to not be seen, if that was true, if back before we had the technology to how we built the pyramids, if that civilization, let's say, went underground, the easiest way to hide would be underwater, where a lot of these UFOs coming out of the ocean, underwater.
Are they?
Yeah.
The UFOs are coming out of the water?
A lot of the UFOs, they straight out of the water, fly, and then boom, back down.
A lot of them?
Yeah, I'll show you. Yeah.
I think I saw one thing like that about something that came out of the ocean, but I don't think there's a whole lot of those. Those are whales. You're watching too much Shark Week, dude.
I've been watching too much shit. You're confusing
Shark Week with the alien UFO files, bro.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, I don't think that a bunch of UFOs are just flying. I know there's, the Navy just released all that. The military just released. They have all that info.
San Diego, it disappears it disappears into the water. But I'm not saying any of this is true. I don't know any of this shit. I'm just saying I'm speculating, and I'm saying that would be the easiest way to hide because you can't see through satellites. You can't see through the ocean. We've only explored 5% of our ocean.
Oh, yeah. When I watched Jurassic Park yesterday, they were showing that big old giant swimming dinosaur thing.
Yeah.
And I believe shit like that's way deep down there still.
This one just it pops out of the ocean, this one. But the way it moves in the sky, you know how they're saying it seems like there's no gravity. Apparently that's the same way it moves in the water. So I don't think it's aliens. I think it's us. I think it's us guiding us on the surface, and that's why recently we've had so much technology, because maybe they feel that we're ready now after the Industrial Revolution, and like, hey, let's slowly spoon feed them technology.
You know what I saw? One that's pretty fucking scary. If they said they're working on it, I don't think it's real. Digital dust.
What's digital dust?
Digital dust is dust particles that are digital chips.
Oh,
They're so fine, they're like dust.
Nanobots.
Huh?
Nanobots.
This, like nanobots, but they have the ability to record and take pictures, and that they throw them in the air. They send them out in the air over, say, like Russia. Say you wanted to drop them over Russia and send them into the Kremlin to see what they're doing in there. And the dust, and they said it doesn't matter if you shoot at them, shoot missiles, it's just dust. It just blows away, but it float, and you can control it.
You need an air filter.
You just get a fan.
There we go, done.
Yeah, you just get a weed blower. Mexicans aren't even scared of it. But it goes around, and it takes pictures, and it gathers all intelligence.
They want to do for medical as well.
But they could send it in to cities, and you inhale it, and it kills you.
Yeah. Well, the same thing with like if you have like clogged arteries, that you take a pill that has nanobots, and the nanobots go in and clear your arteries. But that means they're always in you, and at any point, if whoever programmed them decide, you know what, I also want you dead, boom. You know what I mean?
See, Josh, like every time some kind of life-changing world could save the world, then you put some spin on it.
Yep.
Where the Grim Reaper walks in and can kill everyone at the same time.
You know, it's too much YouTube. Too much YouTube.
Oh no, it's too much investigation ID, because everything ends with a murder at the end. But I mean, but it's crazy when you see these things and you're like, is it that stuff is already made, and they're kind of slowly letting us accept that this is a possibility? Because that shit, like there's a lot of shit we don't know about that's already been done, and we're never gonna know the truth. And I think they don't know how to give it to us all at once, because then it's overload, and all the conspiracy theories they're going to do this. And so when they slowly let them leak to you, it allows the public to kind of accept them a little bit.
Well, I think right now
gradually.
we're being overwhelmed. New strategy by the elite. Let's put it as much out there. That way it's overwhelming. And because if the UFO stuff would have come out on its own, people would be like, oh my God, I can't believe they admitted it. But everybody's like, well, yeah, that happened. But also gas. Look, have you seen gas? Like everything's happening all at once.
Yeah. So that we don't focus on one thing.
Correct.
Yeah. Have you been watching this whole?
Instead, we all focus on Amber Heard and Johnny Depp.
Amber Heard. Did you see she's back? Did you see what they said about that?
No.
This morning?
Mm-mm.
Amber Heard was back in the. They're filing for a mistrial.
Yeah.
One of the jurors, they don't think was the right juror.
Oh shit.
They had the same name, but one of them was born. They were born like their age is like 20-something years difference or something like that. So they're saying that juror that actually sat in wasn't supposed to be the juror that was supposed to be there. They just happened to have the same name, but they accidentally called the wrong dude back, and he came in but they never noticed his birth date was different.
So it's all a mistrial.
So they're saying that highly jeopardized the way he would have voted on the case. And so they're shooting a Hail Mary. It might work. I don't know. Amber Heard might just come back in there and shit on everyone.
It'll work. If it'd be there's like a big Bank of America cannot do withdrawals. It'd be like Amber Heard and Johnny Depp. Yeah, that makes complete sense.
Yeah, I mean, they might be like, you wrote that you deposited $3.48 and it was supposed to be $3.44.
Yeah.
So we don't know what to do with your money. It's just stuck.
I got a message from my bank saying that the funds might not appear, but something will be resolved. Or I forgot what it said. I was like, what? I looked through all my deposits. Luckily, all my shit was there. But it's a big bank too. It's one of the major banks.
Which one is it?
I don't want to say it on here.
Shout out to that major bank that sponsors this podcast.
And so, I got a message saying that funds might not appear right away. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? Yeah.
They're doing magic tricks with your money?
I don't know. I think bank runs are gonna. It's coming to a bank near you.
Have you been watching this January 6th stuff that's all on the news?
I'm staying. Anything that's not about finance or technology, I ignore.
You got a mosquito in here, dude?
I got
One.
flies.
No, one mosquito just walked right through here and ran.
Oh shit!
Like it's going towards you. So yeah, they're about to. I think they're about to slam Trump
For what?
for
Trump, COVID.
no for
No, I'm just saying.
inciting.
That's another trigger word.
Yeah. Trump, COVID, rape. They're for inciting riot. That riot on January 6th.
Yeah, they don't want him to run.
No, well, not just that, but I think like they're getting ready to gear up to actually hit him with the charge because now all these people. It's weird how all the people were so terrified of that dude because I guess the power he held in the Republican Party, and that power is kind of like people were so scared of that dude. It was weird to see like Ted Cruz, being such a bitch and all that shit. But he had the people, the mob behind him. Yeah, but now like all these people are go ahead and they're dropping like that chick that was in the car with him that day. She was saying that he grabbed the steering wheel and tried to steer them in the Secret Service car to go to the Capitol instead of back to the White House.
Oh shit!
And that the Secret Service dude grabbed the president's arm and said, "No, we're not going there, sir. We're not going there. We're going back to the White House." Like they had to let him know, and he was like, "No, I want to be with my people over there." That he was encouraging them to storm the thing. When Melania got the message to, should you say to not be violent and and nope, she said no. So they're coming back with all these things that they could have done to not make it so serious.
Yeah,
and people were actually killed.
yeah. That cop was killed.
More than one cop were killed.
I thought it was a cop, a woman,
Or let me take that back. More than one
more than one
was
person.
killed.
It was the cop that was crushed.
Okay, yeah.
and the woman that was shot that was trying to break
That
through.
one, but there was more people that were killed than that.
Was there? I didn't know
I
about
think
anybody
so.
else.
How many people died? But that's crazy that happened right here. But yeah, they're gonna hit him with something. Actually, and they should. Why do I fucking get in trouble every time I do something stupid? And that I've never incited a fucking riot where people were fucking killed. And if I had, I would think someone would be coming after me.
7 people had lost their lives.
I told you. Yeah, look at that shit, bro. I mean, I think at the very least, he should be slapped with a few fucking things where they say, bro, that's it. You can't be in charge anymore. Like you're like definitively. I wonder how many people will actually turn on the dude once they realize that he can't really run again.
It's actually people. I don't know. They're not going towards Trump, but people are turning on Biden right now.
Yeah, because Biden don't know what the fuck he's doing either. But I'm just saying, all the people that were scared of Trump.
Yeah.
I wonder how many people are going to turn on that dude when they realize that he can't be president.
Well,
again.
all the people that are in prison right now because of the January 6th, I'm sure they thought they were going to get off because, Trump's going to be president. And now they're still in prison.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they're against Trump now. They're like, fuck you, fuck this.
But those are rioters and shit.
Yes.
So I'm talking about political people that are still in office right now. Marjorie Taylor Greene, fucking Cruz, all these fucking bitches that were so scared of Trump and that get up on these podiums and still. Remember, even after the fucking riots were already happening and they went back in and those people still voted against the shit, you know?
Yeah.
I wonder, and that was because they were scared of Trump because they still, somewhere in the back of their minds go, man, I can ruin my whole political career if I go against this dude right now because there's still a fucking
They're
chance.
They're going to go wherever the wind blows.
Yeah, no, they're going to go wherever the winning goes.
Yeah.
So when they realize that Trump is not going to be there, if it comes to that point where it's like said that definitively he cannot run for president, if they're going to be like, well, who the fuck, whose dick am I going to suck now?
Well, there might be this one right here. Jeff Bezos could run for U.S. president in 2024.
But he's not a Trumper, is he?
I don't know, but that's the scariest shit because you know how he runs his warehouses.
I don't.
Well, I mean,
I know that I heard it's rough, like by numbers and all kinds of shit. But I don't know all the ins and outs.
If he runs America like that,
well, he's got a shitload of people working for him. They must be making some money.
Yeah, they're making money, but I mean,
okay, that's another one, dude. That's a trick. Just because he runs a warehouse delivering shit like that, which has got to be run like that, doesn't mean that when I step over here, that's not how I do my, my other thing. Like, you know what I mean? Just because you run, like Trump, he's a great businessman. He's going to run America. No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. He a great businessman. Yeah, I mean, he did some good things for the economy, I guess, whatever, because people, but as a person, he's a piece of shit. You still can't trust him, and that's all part of the business. Just because he does one thing well doesn't mean that.
No. I'm not saying, Jeff Bezos runs Amazon well, so he's going to run America
well.
well.
I know. You're not saying he runs it well. You're saying he runs it like shit.
I'm not. He runs the company
is like
by the books, very well run.
I know, but he runs it like a tyrant, like a fucking... I get that, but that doesn't mean that he's going to run his office like that.
Why
That's
not?
a business. Why would you?
America is a business.
But it's not the same business. It's not a delivery business.
It's not a delivery business.
See, that's what I'm saying.
But if you're already...
So you're saying you run your comedy exactly like you run your podcast because that's where you run your business. No, you don't.
It's similar. Okay. If what's his name? The one that passed, Steve Jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Steve Jobs ran for president. I mean, not now, he's dead. But
I'm saying he doesn't have to. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, the way he went towards Apple and tried to run it that way, I'm sure his style of running stuff, that's who he is. That's his cadence.
Maybe.
That's his style. He's going to run the country that way.
Apple's different from... Apple is different from Amazon. Amazon is a shipping business. It's a UPS. We got to figure out how to get these people complaining they want their shit overnight or else your business isn't a business. Running America isn't like overnight. It's got to happen or, so he could run that different. He could separate those two.
It's not going to be, but you're
or
still
he could,
the same.
or he could. Or he could be that dude that's everything's mechanical and everything.
I think Trump did run America the way he ran a lot of his businesses.
Yeah, under the table.
I'm going to strong arm the shit out of you.
Yeah, and under the table, and I'm going to burn you when I don't like you, and I'm going to get over.
Yeah.
He did run it like that.
That he called the leader of the Taliban or whoever the fuck he called, another trigger word, and told him
Taliban.
and told him call the leader. You talk to the leader and says, if you kill an American soldier, just one, we're coming after you with everything we got.
Yeah.
And then for 18 months, not one soldier was killed in Afghanistan. Apparently, that's what he said. Never looked it up. Didn't see if it was true.
Trump's a liar.
But
nothing that dude says holds water.
That's or when you see him shake hands with other leaders and he like pulls them into him and stuff.
Yeah.
That's his
bully
business
fucking
style.
I know.
Jeff Bezos' business style is let's lean it out just as much as we can. And it's not through his lack of humanity. That's what I'm going to say. His lack of humanity, I think would make him a poor president.
I don't think we'll see him win the presidency just because he's runs Amazon. I don't think people really like the dude.
No, I just said like a what if.
Yeah, I mean, he could throw an eye in the presidency like that. But, Trump had his polarizing fucking image from the Apprentice and just being Trump and the... Because I know people like this one dude, for instance, used to cruise around with me a lot, and all he would talk about was Trump going, yeah, man, Trump, don't you like Trump? I can't, that dude's going to be president. It's going to be badass if he becomes president. I was like, why would it be badass? Well, this was his justification. He was younger than me, but he's like by a few years, and he'd be like, hey, yeah, well, when you were a kid growing up, bro, who was it that you wanted to be like? Wasn't it Trump? All that money he had?
Oh.
He like the gold and the bling and Trump being on
Remember
TV.
him on Home Alone?
Yeah, and I was just like, no, I never, I didn't look at an old white businessman piece of shit and think that that's my idol. No, I looked at Tony Hawk and Mike Dominguez on bikes and other people like doing stuff like, I don't know that I wanted to do that. Not like
it was a fuck you to the system. And people liked that he went up and shitted on all these Republicans.
And then it allowed people to be racist. He allowed people to be racist openly.
When he said, what's the KKK? I don't understand. That, I was like, what the fuck are you talking about, bro?
He's a liar. That's the problem. I mean, I know those people, dude. He's a liar. And he's got a lot of money and he doesn't like to be wrong. So he just lies and backs up and doesn't have to face it, let someone else face it for him.
Yeah.
Because, a liar, when they get caught in a lie, hate to be caught on the camera and you see that face, you see it, and you could see it. Everyone knows it. Mm-hmm. But if you put your spokesperson there instead of them and you just sit back, you never have to face it.
So here's my concern is I think we're going to get into a point of the enemy of my enemy is my friend. So
yeah,
it's like
that's what Trump did.
I don't like Trump. but I know that other countries really don't like Trump, and he kind of smacks him around and uses our military to do it, meaning just the threat of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So what scares me is that people are going to be like, we need that. We need that right now. And I know there's some people who are listening to this like, I agree, we need that.
Yeah,
right now.
I agree with what you're saying.
And so you know what I mean? He got a break for 40 years, then he comes back. It's like, fuck. He got recharged, and now he's
But I think, okay, I think what he did while in office, he damaged himself a little bit too much. You know, even though
it all comes down to your pocket.
Yeah, no.
Most voters.
But I think he even though right now he is still eligible to run again, I think it's coming to that. Like he rode the line too close.
Mm-hmm.
Too close to being charged with shit. Too close. People died.
Yeah.
You know, too close that he did shit that was just, you know, it rides that line where he fucked up. I think if he hadn't done that, he would have won. If he just shut his mouth the last 6 months of his presidency, he would have won.
Yeah.
If he just shut his fucking big stupid mouth. But now, I think he did a little bit too much damage. So our only hope is someone younger and...
Is Biden winning again?
No. And more aware and closer to
Is
what's
Kamala
going
gonna
on.
run then?
I hope not. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I hope she does or does. I don't even know what she's doing, dude. Kamala, I haven't heard. I know she had that death grip. Oh, that was Kabuki. I don't know what actually she has done or doing. I just know Biden's up there. I know this dude means well. That's one thing that I know with Trump, he did not mean well. He meant to take care of himself and his family and his legacy and his name. That's what Trump was concerned with.
So if Biden, so if it ends up Biden and Trump, Biden.
I'm not going to vote.
You're not going to vote?
I'm not going to vote.
So does that mean Trump wins?
I don't know.
Because he got 70 million votes to beat Trump this last time.
I know.
I don't think he gets that many.
I don't think so either. And it's scary because
people vote with their wallet. If they can't, it's like, fuck,
I'm not voting for Trump.
Yeah.
I'm just not
But that's what I'm saying. There's enough people that are like, I will vote for him. And enough people abstain.
Well, and then what they'll make me do is vote for Biden.
That's what I'm, okay.
Again, maybe. I mean, I would rather not go vote.
You're in Texas though, so.
But I tell you this.
Does your vote even count?
I'll say this right now. I will not vote for Trump. I despise the dude. I think he's a despicable person.
Yeah.
I think he's too old for this position again already. He's not in touch. He's only in touch with what's best for his family and his business. He's already proved that in the last 4 years. He's proven in this last 8 years or almost whatever when it's time. Biden is
older.
He's older. He was a career-long politician. I think the dude probably has a good heart and means well, but you can't fucking please everybody, and you need to focus more on saving America than these other countries all the time. I'm not a politician. I don't know, but I just don't. I think Biden's got to go and Trump's got to go, and we got to get someone more in touch with us. That's what I think. I don't know who it is. Let's see who throws their hat in the ring, but I don't know who it is. But I just feel like there's no one that's really in touch with us. These last, I think Obama was close. I liked him. I know everyone hated him, and I'm not a political person, but I liked Obama. I liked him as
he was the last presidential one.
Yeah, he was very presidential. Biden is almost presidential. Trump was presidential the night that he won. I watched him.
He was in shock. Did you see him walk down? He kept stopping, looking back like, what the fuck?
I watched him, and then I watched his speech, and I listened to it, and I went to bed thinking maybe all that shit show up to this was just a shit show just to win, and now he's going to buckle down and be presidential.
That's what Chappelle was saying. Let's give him a chance.
Yeah, and I said, and I thought, I'm going to give him a chance, because me and Veronica sat up watching that at 3 a.m. when he won, couldn't believe it, and I thought, well, that was just the show.
I laughed so hard.
And then that next week was it was a shit show. He was right back to being that piece of shit, and he's been that piece of shit even worse since. So great. He did, some money, some things like that went, but he didn't know what the fuck. He did say to drink bleach. Yeah. He did say to fucking inject bleach. He said the stupidest shit. I've watched him be a fucking dumb fuck. As a person, he's a piece of shit. Goddamn.
The UV light though was actually a real thing.
Yeah, I know.
Where he said, well, it was a thing. Basically, they put down your throat, and then the UV goes in your lungs, and then kills it.
Yeah, and
it was a thing that was being worked on.
How many?
Was not approved.
Exactly.
Was not approved.
But I'm just saying, whatever. He's a despicable person, and Biden's just a lost person, and we just need someone that can be more in touch with what's going on, whether it's a girl or a guy. I'm not one of these. You know, when I was voting, when Hillary ran against Trump and lost, when I was down there voting, these ladies that were in line behind me, we got to talking about who you voting for. They were Trumpers.
Yeah.
And the lady said, well, I damn sure am not voting for Hillary because a woman cannot be president. I still believe. Those women were still saying that a woman should not be president.
Yeah. Just how I know there's a lot of, not a lot, but I know a few women are happy about the Roe versus Wade.
I thought that was Roe versus Wade for Mexicans was whether we should swim or take a boat across the lake. Yeah, that's weird how some just not even like you don't even have to hear what people's policies or the type of president. They could have never even known anything about Trump and never known anything about Hillary at all. Just set foot in this country, said, "Hey, you're a citizen. Here's a guy and here's a girl running." You know, and you don't know. I don't think a girl should be president. That's just as simple as it was. Like, really? And one of these days, it's coming that we're going to have a transgender or an openly gay president. Before vice president.
Before Mexican.
No, I'm not saying before. I mean, that might be the first openly gay Mexican.
Let's check out as many boxes as we can all at once.
Yes. But it's coming. I think this world, like, we've got enough young, open-minded people to vote someone like that. You know,
but I mean, if the policies are right, if the policies are right,
if they had their best interest, I don't give a damn what they're doing in their bedroom. You know, like I don't care.
I mean, I do a little bit
because they're not inviting you. Maybe
no, that's not why. It's just like, hey, make sure they're old enough. That's the only thing you fuck about.
Okay, old and age. Okay, you care about if they're old enough.
Yes.
Okay, none of this.
So I do care about
not where they're sticking it, just how old it is where they're sticking it.
Like, yo, what are you doing? Don't be taking innocence.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yes, we do care about that. Okay.
Yes.
On the What's Up Sucka podcast, we do care about
very much so. I will. That's the hill I die on.
Okay.
If they ever try to switch it and are like, well, the one love has no age. Buh.
Well, see, that's Josh's hamburger hill, but we're going to call it Hamverga Hill. That's Josh is climbing that Hamverga Hill.
Disgusting.
Only if it's an old enough verga. But no young vergas can be on Hamverga Hill. But I don't know. I just hope that someone of some kind of snap and substance and reasoning. It's weird because the dude is fucking old, but I thought Bernie Sanders was a pretty cool dude.
Yeah.
I thought he was a pretty cool dude, and then they just got him the fuck out of there quick.
He was the Democrats' Ron Paul.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'd like to see someone in their, late 30s, early 40s, early 50s come in that really can say, like, look, man, I've gone through, the same.
I want a president with some nice tits. Man or woman, just some nice tits.
Yeah, that's probably coming too, but at least with his chick could have nice tits. No. Her, whoever. The first lady had nice tits. That's Trump.
Nice
and what did
tits.
it get us? Nothing.
I saw her nude.
Yeah, well, a lot of people did, I'm sure.
Yeah. That's crazy. The first lady, butt ass naked.
She's a beautiful woman, dude. But that dude's a fucking dude. She don't give a damn, dude. I guess that's 90 Day Fiance shit going on there.
Or she's what would people say? His handler.
Gross. Whatever it is.
His because she's where's she from?
Russia, Yugoslavia, I don't know, Ukraine.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, she's mail order. But
that was the handler.
What's the handler? She does what he says.
He
does what she says.
It guides him. Be like, yo, the people in power that put you in power.
They want to see him with a girl.
They want you to do this.
But he's out trying to get laid and fuck everything too. That whole Stormy Daniels thing and all that shit.
Even at this age, you think so?
Yep.
Maybe he's packing then. If you're still like
that doesn't mean you have a big dick because you fucking still want to get laid.
I think that would make everybody mad. They found out Trump had a big dick,
dude.
That would make him. No. He's a big dude. He's 6'3".
Oh, little dick ass Trump. He The dude is just fucking still trying to.
Why would that pit? See, even you just thinking about it for fuck you. You know, you ain't got no. You got a little dick.
Like, I mean, because think about it. Like, just because you get older, when you see a beautiful girl, do you think she doesn't look beautiful anymore because she's 18 and you're 40, or she's 25 and you're 60?
It's changed where it's changed to where if I see 18, 19-year-old girl and she's scantily dressed,
You feel guilty. You feel like you're doing something.
The thoughts creeped in my head just the way my dad would be, or he would be like, "Put some clothes on." Dad, kids are like, how old are you? What?
Yeah.
Like, I don't say nothing. That's not. You know
But
what I
that's
mean?
what the first thing that creeps into your head.
Yeah, and I always thought my dad was doing it. Like, look what they're wearing. I'm like, well, don't look, you perv. You know, that's what I thought. He's just saying it so he can look. But no, he really thought that.
Yes.
And now those thoughts creep in my mind where I'm like,
Bro, I'm 53, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I will not have sex with a beautiful little 18-year-old
No.
without charges being pressed on me. You know, but the algorithm. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but it doesn't mean that this girl isn't beautiful.
Oh, yeah, correct.
It doesn't mean like you could see these girls that are 21 years old that look like Sofia Vergara.
Yeah.
You know, and you look at her and you go, you're 21 and this girl looks just like a beautiful 20, like supermodel girls, those girls, and you see them and you can't tell me that that's not attractive, and you don't still at 80 you wouldn't still find that attractive. If Donald Trump thinks that that's what he deserves his whole life, no wonder. And what do you think? He had a Miss America pageant, bro.
Oh, yeah.
He was there grabbing the girls in the pussy. You know, that was his thing. So he is still, believe me, and if you're that, like, oh, look at Hugh Hefner. If you're that old and you don't have to put in the work for some beautiful girl, then it must be like that much easier. So yeah, I mean, I could just say, hey, come here, I'm rich.
Yeah.
Even if you're old and
what did Matthew McConaughey say?
Would be no, like tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know, like, yeah, look, I can still get this beautiful girl to come lick my balls one more time.
You have enough money. You can
That's what I'm
pretty much
saying.
do anything.
And I'm sure he still wants that, not looks at it and go, fuck, I have $1 billion and she's ready to do it, but I just don't care. Nah, I think he cares.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's got the money to drop on it. So yeah. What do you think he paid that chick $130? Stormy Daniels.
Yeah.
She said that she had sex with him because he paid her.
Yeah.
Not because she was going to enjoy it or whatever. And she said, yeah, but you know, that's what I do. So she didn't care. But she said he was
give all the money back.
But she said he was disgusking, and she just did it because he was paid.
Yeah.
But if he paid you, would you?
No.
$1 million.
No. I'm never for no amount of money.
You do it for free? Dang, you heard it first here on the What That's What's Up, Sucka.
Yeah. You couldn't pay me enough money. Let me clarify. You couldn't pay me enough money.
You couldn't pay him enough money to want to get paid to do that.
It's for America.
He'd do it for Donald Trump, America. And January 6th to keep Donald free.
Shit. Hey, so what you got coming up?
What do I got coming up? Well, I just cleared my books. I had a private gig I did on Saturday night. It was a family reunion that I.
Oh, how was it?
This guy went to see me when I featured for Michael Blackson a couple of months ago. Or a few months ago, he saw me, and so he came up to me and said, "Hey, man, do you do private parties?" And I said, "Yeah, it is. Cool, you know, I guess." And he said, "Man, I'll pay you, you know, good, you know, a few $100 to do this, you know, just 15 minutes at my family reunion, you know, be about 60, 70 people." I said, "Okay, yeah, that's cool. You know, 15 minutes, I'll go out there." Man, I showed up. It was at the Hilton Garden. They had rented the boardroom. About 70 people, kids, no stage, just a dance floor area. All the lights on in the room. And it was a cowboy themed.
Like, wait, Dallas Cowboys
no? Okay, that's what they did say. He goes like, it's cowboy themed, and I said, oh, like Brokeback Mountain, and he was like, no, like Dallas Cowboys. No, they were all wearing cowboy like boots and Wranglers and they were all dressed up like cowboys. So it was interesting. I was just like, wow.
How'd you do?
I did 30 minutes.
Did the kids leave the room?
Yes, they did. I walked him in the first.
Before or after?
No, I walked him. I started because he told me. I told him I'm gonna do what I do. I'm not gonna. If there's kids, they're gonna leave because you're not gonna get who you're paying for. If I go and try to be someone else because there's kids there.
Yeah.
And he said, no, that's fine, man. So when I started, there was kids. There's like I'm talking from babies to teenagers.
Right.
And maybe about 7 or 8 of them. There wasn't like a whole room full of them. And once I think I started cussing out the gate, they got rid of them.
But everybody else stayed.
Yeah, everyone else stayed.
Did they laugh at?
Yes, they did, and they didn't. I mean, bro, you know, in my intro,
Yeah.
and the
Oh, can call me Eat.
yeah, and the white people, because the guy that hired me, his wife was white.
Yeah.
So I said, "Oh, Matt, white man, you can call me Eddie Hernandez." And
Yeah.
any Latinos?
Nothing.
Crickets.
Yeah.
Not one.
Yeah.
We're in San Antonio. Not one.
It's a family reunion, Edward.
None of them were from San Antonio. Not even the dude that booked me. He lives in New Braunfels. But they were all from Baltimore and some other places.
Shit. So
Yeah.
this is like a culture shock too.
This is like me being on the road, bro.
Yes.
Yes, exactly. Like me being in
That's
Baltimore.
why they're all dressed like cowboys. They're like, we're in Texas.
We're in Texas.
Yeah.
We hired a Mexican. I was like, look, man, I got to go. They're
And
looking
so
for me.
at the end, what's going on?
Oh, the end was good.
Oh, okay.
The end was good. I kept going because I was trying to they were laughing and then not laughing. And then they laugh and then they not laughing.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay. I even did my brother night joke.
Oh, what did they
Oh, yes and no. They laughed at some and didn't laugh at other comments.
Yeah.
You know? When I said, in walks Leroy,
They're like, is this guy stupid? Does he know where he's at?
oh, man. I didn't do my ancestry one, but
Thank God.
yeah, but I did 30 of some other stuff, and it was good. I mean, I had dude come up to me afterwards, like, hey, bro, that was funny, dude. Let me buy you a drink, dude. What are you drinking, dude? I was like, man, my bad. Nah, bro, you made me laugh, bro.
Did you stay the whole time?
No. I just came in, did that, and then this dude bought me a drink, and they talked to me for about 20 minutes. I drank a beer.
I did a one for a priest, not a priest, a preacher, a preacher
on his lap.
It was he was a preacher, and then he wanted to meet up before, so we went to go to I forgot what restaurant at the mall. And so we're at the restaurant in the mall, and he's talking about what he wants me to do, like roast me a little bit, and wants me to do 20 minutes. It has to be clean. It's gonna be. I think he was paying me like at the time $250 or something.
Roast me a little bit. Remember when he sucked all the altar boys' dicks?
Well, no, he's not Catholic. He's I forgot what he is.
Remember when he fondled all the altar boys?
And so he goes during the meal, and he'd ordered like a salad and a main course and a dessert. He's like, "Thanks for inviting me out. I really appreciate it." Like I was gonna pay for it all. I was like, "Wait a minute, what?" I don't know. I thought we were having a discussion about you're the one that said let's go eat. I didn't know I'm paying for this shit. What happened was this girl dropped her. She was a waitress of a restaurant across the street. She dropped her whatever booklet that had a bunch of cash in it, and he saw that and he went to go pick it up, and he was gonna give it to her, but she already ran off, and she came back like crying about it, and so he went out there and paid it. There's an old white couple that saw this whole incident, and then he went out there and gave it back to her. And so they paid for our meal, and they're like, "We just really liked what you did for her." And he was like, "Yeah, I'm a preacher. I'm a good person. Like, what are you talking about?" And he's old. He's 60. It was his 60th birthday. They're like in their 80s, right? So anyway, I don't have to pay for the meal. Thank God. Got out of that. Go to the thing. I have to follow an electric violinist. Have you ever heard of an electric violinist? You have?
They kill it.
He danced around.
They kill it, dude.
And was like killing it.
Those things are bad.
Everybody got out of their seats and walked around the stage and watched him play. And they're like, "Okay, you're next." And I'm like, "Why would you put this guy in front of me?" By the way, this room, it's I want to say 90% black people, preachers from all across the world. So you got guys.
How many people there?
60, 70. And so you got these guys in these badass suits. Right, gold chains, gold rings, right? Preachers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I
all
know.
dressed, and they all go up.
They're the ones that are on American Greed and shit like that.
And they did their set sermon. I think they all want to be comics.
Yeah.
They all try to be funny.
Yeah.
And they all did. And what they hated, everybody who wasn't a preacher liked it. Everybody who was a preacher hated it. Because as soon as I went on stage, I go, "Hey guys, I really like what y'all do. I've gotten a little bit from watching you, and so I'm gonna go ahead and pass this plate around. I started passing around a tip jar, and be like, "Go ahead." And then I'm like, yeah.
Pretend you're giving to the Lord.
And I'm start preaching like about comedy, and you got the people who are not preachers laughing. You have the preachers literally back.
You're stealing the thunder.
Yeah. It's only like 7 or 8 of them, but still, they're like just staring at me like that. And then I go on to, and then I explain the whole dinner. I was like, I'm gonna do 5 minutes just on the dinner. And then I looked and I was like, why would you assume I would pay for the meal? And the daughters are laughing at it because they're like, that's the way he is. And I'm just like, whoo. And I did like maybe 5 minutes of it.
And they paid you for that?
They paid me for that. It was a lot of.
They paid me for that.
No, but I had them laughing.
Yeah.
Except the preachers, but I had them laughing, and I was shitting bricks. But it was 15 minutes of just fucking ad libs off the top of my head type shit.
I actually did my set on mine.
I couldn't.
I ad libbed and then did my set, and then I pulled it and I ad libbed, and then
and then at the end I was like, ladies.
Yeah.
The size matter.
Oh yeah, the size. The closer. No man, I cleared my books though. After that, I didn't want to have anything with the vid, running around again. I just kind of wanted to see. I don't like to stay. Damn. I don't like to be booked. I like my weekends off.
I booked a lot. I'm booked a bunch of shows coming up.
That's good. That's good though. But I'm trying to do some big shows because I'm trying to do my special next.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see. I'll keep everyone posted. And what you got? What do you got next?
July 29th, I'll be at the Blind Tiger Comedy Club headlining. August 1st, I'll be Shit's Golden in Austin. It's the longest running comedy show. August 2nd, I'll be at the Cap City Comedy Club doing Funniest Person in Austin.
Oh, shit. That's back.
That's back, yeah. So that's August 2nd. August 4th, South Padre Island. And August 6th, I'll be recording my album in Wesco, Texas. Tickets are selling fast, actually, so I'm very excited about that. Thank you for everybody who's bought a ticket. Buy your tickets now. There's only 100 seats. So I'm recording my album. Be dope.
Dope. Peace, man. We'll catch you next week.